should know this well. Ain't trying to wish you ill. Hope this life treats you swell. Oh yeah, PS, go fuck yourself.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Hajilicious, and welcome back to my prediction series. Today, we're taking on the Week 7 NFL matchups of Raiders at Jaguars. But as always, let's get back into last week's game. Chiefs at Raiders, which there's some games that I'm mad about, and there's others that I'm just disappointed in. This would be the later. What a disappointing game that was. The Raiders had a prime opportunity to take a big step forward, a franchise-changing step forward to be, to move to 5 wins, to be 2-0 in the division, but Raiders defense went out there and shit the bed worse than they've ever shit the bed previously this year. Raiders lost that game 26-10. It was a very rainy, shitty day outside, but the Raiders somehow played worse than the goddamn weather. This game was a prime example, and I've kind of been waiting for this game to happen of what the Raiders are going to look like when Derek Carr cannot bail them out, and this was it. It was a 26-10 loss at home to the Kansas City Chiefs. They gave up 183 yards rushing to the Chiefs, and that was not from Jamal Charles. That was from Spencer Ware, who put up 131 passes. And also Alex Smith. For whatever reason, Alex Smith has been in a regression this year, but when he plays the Raiders, that might as well be Drew Brees in that uniform. We gave up 19 to 22 passes to that guy. He gave 3 missed passes all fucking game. Like, this game was just an absolute shit show. There was nothing really good coming from this at all. The only bright spot of this was we probably saw the best game of the year out of Amari Cooper, but it was all in vain for how bad the Raiders were playing. I don't know if I was hoping it was a scheme problem, just some bad formations, just the normal problems that defense has early in the year when it comes to gelling. But it's not it. There's something fundamentally wrong with this defense. I don't know if it comes from Ken Norton Jr., if it comes from the other coordinators, but something has to happen. Something needs to change. This defense is giving up yards through the air, through the ground in just atrocious fashion. Man, I was really looking forward to being 5-1 this week. We're still first in the AFC West, but it's only by a half-game lead. We're back to pretty much where we were last week coming in. Luckily, next 2 games coming up are at Jaguars, and we double dip back in Florida again for at Buccaneers. But this is just one of those games that, we really needed this one. Could really have used it. Latavius Murray didn't play. Austin Howard was starting right tackle. Vidal Alexander and Menelik Watson were out. Luckily, this week, we should be getting both those boys back. Murray's really helping set the offense. The offense has looked off since he left. He really helped set the pace. Washington had a good little game going. He got something going. They only gave 4 carries to Jalen Richard after the week he had last week. I don't know what that was about. It was just a mess. The offense wasn't clicking. This is a game, these rainy, shitty games like this where the weather's going to play a big factor, you need your defense to make some stops. But they were just slipping all over the field. It's like, this defense is so fucking bad, we need them to play in a goddamn dome every game just to have, to be competitive. But, that's not always going to be the case. It's just... Like I said, I'm just fucking disappointed with this one. I fucking hate losing to division rivals. These are the games, every time I think the Raiders are on the cusp of, stepping forward into that, the big boys club of the NFL elite teams, it's just one step back. So we're going to move on to from this game. Start looking ahead at next week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Jaguars right now are 3-2. They're kind of, I wouldn't say they're a mirror image of the Raiders, but coming into this season, the last couple of seasons, the Raiders and the Jaguars have pretty much been rebuilding from the same the same philosophy of, doing it right through the draft, getting the right players in there. They got their quarterback in Blake Bortles. They got a good offensive line going, and they got a really good defense. This year, I mean, they're kind of polar opposite this year on what the struggles and strengths and weaknesses are of this team compared to the Raiders. Raiders, obviously, strengths are offense, weakness is defense. Completely opposite over on the Jacksonville side, where their offense has been rather stagnant this year. Blake Bortles cannot seem to be. Their offense is just stalling out, not getting going. But their defense has been what's winning them games. And this is the kind of thing that scares me in this game is the defense. Their defense is playmakers, and they're going to be getting after Carr. They're going to be upsetting him, getting him out of the pocket. Just doing anything to make sure that he's not making big gains with Amari Cooper and with Michael Crabtree. We hopefully will be having Latavius Murray back. Hopefully Menelik Watson is back this week. I really, really, really want Menelik Watson out there at right tackle. I mean, he just cannot fucking stay healthy. I don't know what it is about that kid, but he's a hell of a right tackle. He just needs to stay healthy. Currently, right now, the Jags are ranked 8th overall in NFL for yards allowed. The flip side of that is they're currently ranked 21st in scoring, but they're giving up about 25.4 points a game, but a lot of that's inflated to the Chargers game, which, Chargers games have been big blowout games here. This is the kind of game that I expect the Raiders to win. They need to. Last week was the game I expected them. I didn't expect them when I wanted them to win. It's division games are always hard. They're always going to be hard fought. But this is the type of game the Raiders need to win. They need to come into Florida and conquer the next 2 games to stay on top of the division, to keep this momentum going. Because right now, losing to the Chiefs, they just let the Chiefs back into the division. The Chiefs would have been really reeling at losing to the Raiders after this, and they needed to get that done. This is a game. This feels like a fucking trap game to me. This feels like the game where the Jaguars might get one over. I mean, if our defense keeps playing like shit, we're gonna fucking lose a lot of games. Something needs to happen here. So far, the Raiders have been road warriors and are undefeated on the road, and they need to come out and do something big in this game. I think the Jaguars defense is gonna limit points here. So I'm gonna give my prediction on this one. I'm gonna say Raiders win this 23-21. It's gonna be a closer game than I want it to be, but I feel like the Raiders the Raiders will get their offense clicking next week. It'll be a nice day in Florida. Hopefully nothing goes too shitty for us. Defense really needs to step it up. If the defense is gonna be giving up yards like they are, we're going to fucking lose the Jaguars. But 23-21, Raiders are going to move on. Hopefully be 5-3, 5-2, whatever the fuck we are. This fucking Chiefs game's pissed me off, man. Again, another video of mine going to be coming out a little late, but let's do that. Chiefs win, or fucking Chiefs won. This week, Raiders are going to win 23-21. Please remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I do enjoy, as much as the fucking Raiders pay me, sometimes I really do enjoy doing this. But thank you guys for watching. Go fuck yourselves, and as always, go Raiders.